this website here has very little content, but it has two very important ingredients. One is it has this, and this is called a blog post or just an article. Either way, you'll hear me refer to both article or post. They belong to the blog. The blog, as we'll see, is a chronology of published content in date order, okay? And it usually deals with information that's date sensitive. As compared to something like this, while it looks like the Hello World page, its purpose is totally different. And the purpose of a sample page, or we call these static pages, this is for content that you always want to have on your website. So right off the get-go, there's two different kinds of content. There's static content like this, and there's blog content, which is time sensitive. Now you might say, well, hey, look, I don't care about blogs, okay? I just, please don't tell me about this blog stuff. And I'm going to say, well, you should rethink that. But if you don't like blogs, that's okay. We can get rid of blogs. You don't have to make a blog with WordPress. Although you should know that WordPress is 10 years old, and it originally came through the ranks as a blogging tool. It is now really morphed into a full-featured content management system, and that is its core strength. It's a management tool for content, specifically web content. Okay, so right over here, you see this little thing where it says log in. You might say, well, I don't want anybody logging into my website. Well, you could get rid of that too. Okay, that's not a big deal. But I am going to log into my website, and I'm going to do this. And by logging into my website, what I'm saying is I'm logging into the admin side of the site. Some people call it the back end, the other side of the coin, the back door, the whatever. But this is sort of where everything happens. Now, I didn't go too far, because if I click right over here at the top, here's my website that we were looking at a second ago. The only difference now is I've got this admin bar at the top, and that's to get things. In other words, if I don't have this admin bar like before, that means I or anybody else could not have access to the admin. Obviously, you don't want to have anybody to have access to the admin unless they're authorized to have access. So we're going to go back to the dashboard where we were. Now, you might be familiar with a lot of online tools today have this concept called the dashboard, where when you log in, you see sort of an overview of what's going on with your site right now. And I don't really spend a lot of time at the dashboard or with the dashboard, but it gives you a little at a glance what's going on. It says that you've published a post and you've published a page, and there's a comment, and we'll talk about that eventually, what comments are. And a couple other little things. And WordPress.org pumps in some information that you might want to read or might just want to skip. But that's it. I really don't, like I say, don't spend too much time. But on the left-hand side here, these are all the little links to the parts of your admin that do different things. Now, we're not going to go into each one tonight. We're really going to hit the most important ones to get us going. And certainly, let's start with posts. Since I've already talked about the blog, if I click on the word posts, it takes me to this list. Well, it's not much of a list right now because there's only one post that's been published so far, and it's called Hello World, which we've seen. And we can actually take a quickie look at this. All I did was hover over, and it says edit, and it takes me to this. Now, this is a very important part of WordPress.